Hi. Sorry for no update yesterday. I ended up getting a migraine. I had a dermatology appointment, and as I was leaving the office, I looked at a sign and I'm like, is that just a glare or am I getting an aura? So by the time I was walking back to my car, I'm like, I'm getting a migraine. Uh, so yeah, ran to the pharmacy. I had one of my tablets with me. So I was able to take that. And yeah, I got my prescription. I have like this condition on my face, so she gave me some antibiotics for it, which I swear is already helping. My chin especially already looks better, but no spots, nothing, no problems on my skin, so that's good. Um, More drama, of course. So let's see. Yesterday, he's supposed to pay me every month for help with the pets. Pet support, petimony, or whatever it's called. Um, so last week he said he was going to make the first payment on the 1st and blah, blah, blah. So yesterday he's like, I pay all my bills with Venmo. So I had actually created one to pay the sprinkler guy. So I sent him my Venmo, which she's even doing that. And then I said, if you want to see the dogs, I'm not against it. Let me know. He's like, of course I want to see my dogs, but you took them away from me. I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have said anything. And then he started sending me screenshots of bank transactions again. And I'm like, these are from when I was still on the joint account. My paycheck was in that account. Like, I'm not paying you back. I told him, I will pay for the Netflix account. It's the only one that came out after I was taken off the joint account. It was like right on the cusp of those two, of like being taken off and everything and switching it over. But he's like, no. And so he totaled all these payments that he says I owe him and took it out of what he's supposed to send me. So he didn't count October as the first month of payments. So he just did just November and December. So he sent me $150 and said, I don't have a payment due till January. And then he sent me another thing for, he picked up Lucy's medication from Costco. I think I talked about that a couple weeks ago. And it was because he said he wanted to pay his share of the utilities and stuff for his last month here. And our insurances for the vehicles were still combined. But then he's like, well, you need to pay me back for your tires and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, so you owe me this much, but if you go pick up Lucy's medication, we'll be even. So now he's taking that out of, well, he paid that for the pets. And I'm like, no, that was not for the pets. That was I didn't even bother responding. So then I did reach out to one of the lawyers I contacted last week. Gave her the whole rundown, and she just goes, yikes. So I was able to have a phone consultation with her today and explained the whole thing. And she said, and I sent her the divorce papers and everything. And she said, he is in contempt of court. And she's like, I can send him an email stating that. There's paperwork. She's like, I can do it if you want, or you're more than capable of doing it yourself. She's not making court appearances right now. So even if she does fill it out, she couldn't go to court with me. So I haven't looked at that yet. And then she sent me some of the code and statute of harassment and stalking. And she thinks we could kind of get him more on that as well. And I think the judge that actually did our divorce paper, she said they are not tolerant of men who behave this way. The abusive kind of situation of this. And, agreeing to this and then turning right around and trying to change it all. So I have all that on my side. So she emailed me a follow-up of what we discussed and, the link to the paperwork and all that. And then she is going to copy me on the email she sends to him about being in contempt of court. So I haven't seen that one yet. And I'm just waiting for the bomb on that to drop. But and I had therapy today and I was talking with her. I'm like, every single person I've talked to has told me the same thing. And I even with this, like, this email going out, I'm like, I feel like I'm in trouble and I have done something wrong. And I am like stressed and upset and worried. And she's like, that's because he's conditioned you to feel that way. He has conditioned you into this, that he is right and you are wrong. So, yeah, she's like, you have come such a long way in these few months. She's like, but you're not going to be over all of this already. So, it was really good. And then he actually sent me an email as I was sitting there waiting for my therapy appointment, stating, like, he wasn't sending this out of anger or anything, but just because he cares. He didn't downright say it or outright say it, but he alluded to the fact that he thinks I have a gambling addiction. And he said, for 2025, this is how much we spent at the casino. And I didn't respond to his email either. We did discuss it in therapy. And I'm like, every one of those transactions, he either told me to go profusely, like, go do that, go have fun, go relax. He was either with me and wanted to get more money out, or, like, I told him about it and told him how much I was spending. Like, I was open about all of it and everything. So we went through the, like, criteria for gambling addiction in therapy. And she said she will write a letter if I need it, like, in court or whatever, to attest to it. And out of all the criteria, she's like, you need to meet at least 4 of them. And we went through it. She's like, you maybe kind of might meet 1 of the criteria. But it was more, I can't even remember the exact frame of the question, but it was like, I would go for, like, the social aspect of it. I'm comfortable. I know the people. Like, it's just nice and fun. And it's like, yeah, it's like, she put it like people that go to a bar and spend a bunch of money. I'm just going to the casino and spending money. So I was just, and he, like, alluded to the fact that it was one of the main reasons why your marriage broke down. And I'm like, if you thought I had such a problem, why didn't you address that? Why didn't you try to get me to seek help? Why didn't you help me? Like, and why, if this is one of the biggest issues for the marriage falling apart, why are you just now telling me? So she said he is grasping for straws. I think he's trying to find any way he can try and get his payments excused, because he's very worried about my financial situation without him. And blah, blah, blah. But she's like, gambling is legal. You have no debt. You are current on all of your bills. You don't owe anyone any money. She's like, you don't have kids, so the judge isn't going to care what you're spending your money on. So, yeah, I'm just like, if he really truly believed this was one of the big issues why we fell apart, he could have told me months ago and we could have worked on it. It's just, he's trying to come up with whatever reason he can. So, yeah, I haven't responded to anything he has said since yesterday. I had to stop. I told him, at one point I said, with the whole owing $60 for Lucy or whatever, I'm like, that's not what it's for. And I said, if I have to, I will seek legal means to secure my payments that you owe me. He's like, okay, fine, whatever. So, okay. So, yeah, I feel really good about talking to her lawyer. She was so nice, so helpful. And because of one of the other people I've talked to, she, if I need her services again, she's giving me a 25% discount. So that was great. But yeah, so, I mean, every day is a new bit of drama, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. And even my therapist, I think, is like, she's just like, I don't even know what to do with him anymore. Like, this is ridiculous at this point, So, I don't remember if it was her or the lawyer or maybe both of them saying how I need to tell him to come get the rest of his stuff on my terms, on my schedule, and he needs to just come and do it. And she said, the lawyer said, anything that is not included in the paperwork, I do not have to give him. Like, well, that would have been great to know about the mower and everything before this, but I still think that would have become a whole nother issue. So, like the workbench and stuff, like, no, nope. I do not have to give him a thing. So, yeah, I just have to, Ethel, chasing ducks. Just have to really listen, really take in what every single person has told me. You know, I've talked to multiple lawyers, victim advocates, my therapist, like the county clerk, the sheriff's office, everyone has told me the same thing. I have done nothing wrong. He is trying to manipulate me and, withhold power over me. Yeah. And now he's in contempt of court. Which I can't wait till he gets that email. Like, it's just good. Oh boy. I'm glad I muted him again because I can't. It's just ridiculous. And I told the lawyer how his friend was saying, he built the workbench for him, for his specifications. And she's like, who cares? Like, thank you. So, yeah. So I am feeling better for my migraine. I still feel a little gross. Definitely feel it more in my head than I thought, especially because I've been talking. I just talked to my niece on the phone too to give her the update. And yeah, and my poor dogs, no walk, hardly any playing for a couple days now. So I've got to try and get out and walk tomorrow. And there's Ethel at the door. So I did take a short day at work today. Ethel, give me a minute. Because I had the meeting with the lawyer, and and I have therapy, so I don't want to clock in for like an hour at most. So I did, get to do some chores, and I snuggled with Ethel for a bit, and that was really nice. She's so cute and so cuddly and just wants belly rubs. Give me a minute. So that was my day. Another drama-filled day. More drama since the divorce was finalized than the whole lead up to the actual filing and stuff. Just ridiculous. So I will keep you posted. She said she was going to get that email out today. It's already kind of late, so maybe she'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. But I'll let you know the fallout of that. Jeez. Okay. Send me good thoughts. I let the stress and I let him get to me too much, which is exactly what he wants. So anyways, thank you for being here, listening to my rambling. Yeah, what a mess. But I will update you tomorrow. Okay. Love you. Bye.